Welcome everyone. As we start to get ready here, just make sure that you have two blocks, a strap, and ideally a blanket. If you don't have either a blanket or a strap, and you can always substitute with a towel. We're going to be working towards Hanumanasana, so also known as our front split. So we're going to be definitely getting pretty deep into your hamstrings, into your hip flexors. So that means we'll be doing a lot of forward folds. So just making sure that you're not rounding through your back during these forward folds. Otherwise, you will find a little bit of pain in your shoulders. We don't want that. So making sure that you're keeping length. That might mean having to bend your knee at first or throughout your practice. And then, of course, using blocks whenever you need them. Okay. So we'll set up in child's pose today. So taking knees together and bringing arms by your sides. Especially for this first one, you might want to bring a block under your forehead for a little bit more support. For me, I feel this posture, particularly in my hands, or not my hamstrings, but my hip flexors at first. So I usually need a little bit more support to allow myself to ease into it. And as you start to arrive on your mat, begin to notice the sounds around you. Feel the temperature of the air. Connect with the sensation of your mat beneath you. And maybe for the first time today, you start to notice your breath. Find a body scan starting from your neck, working your way down your back, to your hips, to your legs. Just take inventory of how you're feeling today. Notice those sticky areas and do your best to send your breath into those little areas. Maybe you start to lengthen your breath, taking longer inhales, followed by longer exhales. And with each exhale, see if you can relax and release a little bit further into your mat. Start to feel the weight of your forehead, the weight of your arms, and the weight of your hips. Use this moment right now to find an intention for your practice today. Maybe it's the first word that comes into your head. And no matter what that intention might be, try to sum it up in one word so you can come back to it throughout your practice. You can come back to it in those more difficult moments. And those moments where your mind may start to run off with you. Slowly start to find a wiggle with the fingers. Find a gentle sway with your hips from side to side, not moving too much. When you're ready, slowly begin to draw your arms in front of you, lifting your forehead, coming to your palms, really crawling your fingertips forward. And on your next inhale, draw yourself forward, stacking shoulders over wrists. And as you exhale, start to drop your hips and reach forward through your chest. Inhale, slowly start to press your way back through center. And exhale to sit your hips back. Inhale to make your way forward. Exhale, drop your hips, maybe this time send gaze to the sky. Inhale, make your way back through center. Exhale, sit your hips back. Maybe bring your forehead all the way down to the mat. And 2 more times with your own breath. Inhales to bring you through center. And exhales to sink low. We'll inhale to pause through center, stacking shoulders over wrists, curling toes underneath. Find a lift with your knees and find yourself in plank. Now start to draw your heels behind you, keeping length all the way from the crown of your head to your tailbone. Spreading fingers wide, really start to press the mat away from you. Big breath in. And as you exhale, come back to your downward dog. Shifting shoulders back, shifting hips back, letting your head drop heavy. Find any movement that feels good here. And right away, start to draw a little bit of your weight into your index finger and thumb. And then do your best to find an outer rotation with your shoulders. Take 3 more breaths here. When you're ready, draw toes to touch. We'll take a big breath in and reach right leg behind you, finding 3-legged dog. We'll exhale to bend your knee. Start to open out your hip. And then find some circles with your ankle here. Notice what that right shoulder is doing. So if it comes out of line, starts to pop out, try your best to bring it back in line. And switch direction with your ankle. On your next inhale, bring your leg back through center, 3-legged dog. And then slowly start to walk your way to the back of your mat, making your way to a standing split. So maybe you bend that standing leg. Maybe you lower that back leg. Ease yourself into it. We'll come back to this shape quite a few times during our practice today. Take one last big breath in, reach that heel as high as you can. And then exhale, step toes to touch. Inhale, find your halfway lift, extending through your spine, gaze comes forward. Exhale, forward fold. 2 more times just like this. Inhale. Exhale to fold in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding in. As you inhale, walk your way to the top of your mat, finding plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, reaching left leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale to bend your knee. Start to open out your hip. Find circles with that left ankle. And keeping shoulders in line with one another. Head is heavy. Switching direction. On your next inhale, squaring off your hip, extending out through that back heel, and then slowly start to walk your way to the back of your mat. Find that standing split here. Then you can bend that standing leg. Breathe into wherever you're feeling this the most. On your next inhale, lift your heel as high as you can, and then exhale, toes to touch. Inhale, find one halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, walk your way to the top of your mat, making your way to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale to bend your knees, bring gaze forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising, reaching arms to the sky. Exhale, arms by your sides, Tadasana. Close down your eyes for a moment here. Grounding through your feet, spreading toes wide on your mat. Start to engage your quads. Draw navel into spine. Dropping shoulders away from your ears. And finding that core lock. And then doing your best to take that with you throughout your practice today. On your next inhale, reaching arms to the sky. Exhale, diving forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your way back right through Chaturanga. Slowly lower, halfway. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take 3 breaths here. Try and find stillness. Big breath in. Exhale, bend through your knees, gaze is forward. Inhale, step or float to the top of your mat, finding halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching arms to the sky. Exhale, arms through to Tadasana. Coming straight into the second round. Inhale. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or float back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. I'm taking a few breaths here. Now, you can always modify your sun salutations. You can come down to your knees. You can take a cobra instead of an upward dog, whatever feels right for you today. Big breath in all together. Exhale, bend through your knees, gaze is forward. Inhale, step or float to the top of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, arms by your side. And if you inhale, sweeping arms down and up, staying your hips low, finding chair. Exhale to dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or float back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Now stepping right foot to the top of your mat, keeping the ball of that back foot. We'll inhale to rise to crescent lunge. Exhale, bend that back knee, sink a little lower. Inhale to reach. As we exhale, hands to the top of your mat, lift that left leg, standing split. Inhale to pause here. Exhale, step to the back of your mat. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands come to the top of your mat. Inhale, step your way back through plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Coming straight into it, left foot steps forward. Inhale, reaching arms to the sky, crescent lunge. Exhale, bend that back leg and lower, find that pelvic tilt. Inhale to reach. Exhale, hands go to the top of your mat. Right leg raises, doesn't have to be high. Inhale. Exhale, step to the back of your mat. Inhale to rise, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands go to the top of your mat. Step it back. Inhale. Exhale, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Finding 5 breaths here. Then pedaling it out at first and then making your way to stillness. Drawing heels down towards your mat. Letting your head drop heavy. Tailbone extends to the sky. Big breath in all together. Exhale, bend into your knees, gaze forward. Inhale, step or float forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, finding chair, so arms under and up. Exhale, Tadasana. Take a couple of breaths here. Checking in with that Mula Bandha, your core engagement. And on your next inhale, arms sweep under and up, finding chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Step or float back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Stepping right foot to the top of your mat. We'll inhale to rise, crescent lunge. Coming straight into it. Exhale, standing split. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to the top of your mat. We'll inhale to step back. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Stepping left foot to the top of your mat. Inhale, reach arms to the sky. We're creating heat. You don't have to come into every pose fully. Exhale, standing split. Right foot lifts. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands go to the top of your mat. Inhale, step back, finding plank. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Finding 5 breaths here. And coming back into your breath. Take a big breath in all together. Exhale, bend through your knees, gazes forward. Inhale, step or float forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for chair. Exhale, Tadasana. Bringing hip width distance apart, hands to your hips, elbows draw towards one another. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower halfway, hinging at your hips, keeping that length through your spine. We'll inhale to pause, find a little lift, a little reach to the crown of your head, and then exhale, come all the way down. Maybe hands come to shins, to blocks, or maybe you interlace your peace fingers with your big toes. Using your inhales to find a little bit of reach, a little length through your spine, and then exhales to fold. Two more breaths here. If you have that grip on your toes, releasing your grip, bringing hands to your hips. Take a big breath in, making way back through center. Exhale, Tadasana, toes to touch. Inhale, sweeping arms to the sky. Exhale, diving forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping your way back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Now bringing toes to touch. Take a big breath in, reach right leg behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your knee and start to open out your hip. Inhale, make your way back through center, extend out to that back heel. Exhale, step your way to the top of your mat. Making your way into a low lunge, grabbing for your blocks, bringing them on either side of that front foot. Coming up to your fingertips, take a big breath in. Exhale, allow your hips to sink forward. Inhale, reaching forward through your chest. And as you exhale, start to shift your hips back, straighten out that front leg, and flex toes towards you, halfway split. Inhale, come forward, finding low lunge. Exhale, pressing your way back, halfway split. Inhale to come forward. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, bring it back. Staying here for a few breaths. Option to walk your hands a little bit closer towards your hips. And again, using your inhales to find a little bit of length through your spine. Ensure you're not rounding through your back. Then your exhales, maybe you draw your navel a little bit closer to the top of that front thigh. Gaze should stay forward to really keep your energy drawing forward. When you're ready, start to walk your way forward. Put blocks aside. Start to walk your right toes to the right corner of your mat. Bring your hands to the inside of that front foot. We're into a lizard lunge here. And big breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale, reach right arm to the sky. And then exhale, extend arm behind you. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you pick up that back leg and catch the outside edge of that back foot. Inhale. If you have your foot, exhale to kick your foot into your hand. Open up to that right shoulder. Come back to this position again, so there's no need to force yourself into any shape right away. When you're ready, release the grip from your foot. Inhale, reach right arm to the sky. Curl back toes underneath, lift that back knee. And lower right hand down. Now we'll inhale to find three-legged dog, sweeping right foot behind you. As you exhale, start to walk your way to the back of your mat, coming into a standing split. Trying your best to keep your hips square, flexing right toes towards you. And then maybe you bring your left hand to your shin. Big breath in. Exhale, fold over that front leg. Then on your next inhale, crawl your way all the way forward, finding a one-legged plank. So leaving that right foot elevated. Exhale, lower halfway. And then inhale, finding your upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take a moment here. Bringing toes to touch. Take a big breath in, reach left leg behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your knees, start to open out your hip. Inhale, make your way back through center, extend out through that back heel. Exhale, step all the way forward to the top of your mat, setting up for low lunge on your second side. Making sure that knees over top of your ankle, always stacking joints here, come to the ball of that back foot. Lower back knee down, grab for your blocks, place them on either side of that front foot. As you inhale, come up to your fingertips, heart shines forward. Exhale, sink forward into your hips. See if you can connect with that right hip flexor. Big breath in all together. And as you exhale, start to shift your hips back, straighten out that front leg, and flex toes towards you. Inhale, make your way forward. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale to come forward. Exhale to draw back. One more time, inhale. Exhale, making your way back to your half split. Again, maybe walking your hands a little further back. Maybe you can take your blocks with you, whatever feels best. Each inhale finds a little bit of reach, a little length through your spine. And each exhale allows you to soften over that front leg. You're finding a little release in your hamstring. When you're ready, slowly start to walk your way forward, placing blocks aside. Left toes come to the left corner of your mat. Hands come to the inside of that front foot, making your way into lizard pose. Find any movement that feels good here. Taking a big breath in, reaching left arm to the sky. And exhale, sending fingertips behind you. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you bend that back leg in, catching for the outside edge of that back foot. If you'd like to find a blanket under your knee here, then go ahead too. Always use your strap. When you're ready, gently release that back foot. Curling back toes underneath, reaching left arm to the sky and lifting that back knee. Exhale, left hand plants down. Inhale, three-legged dog, reaching left leg behind you. Exhale, walk your way to the back of your mat, coming into your standing split. Big breath in. Exhale to fold. Inhale. Exhale to fold. Maybe you lift your right hand to a hover. Maybe you place that right hand on your calf. Keeping your hips square as much as you can here. When you're ready, lowering that right hand back down. And then walking your way forward, finding one-legged plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take a moment here, pedal at your feet, maybe grab some water or come down to your knees. Finding a moment here in either your child's pose, maybe a kneeling position. Maybe you're hanging out in your downward dog. And then whenever you're ready, if you're not already there, making your way back to downward dog. Bringing toes to touch. Take a big breath in, reaching right leg behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your knees, start to open up your hip. Inhale, make your way back through center. Exhale, step to the top of your mat. Coming to low lunge, lowering that back knee down. Keeping your back toes curled under for this time. We'll inhale to reach arms to the sky. Exhale, lunge forward. Sink forward with your hips. Inhale to reach. As we exhale, sweep the arms forward and back and straightening at that front leg as much as you can. Inhale to come forward. Exhale, bring it back, halfway split. Inhale to low lunge, sweep the arms to the sky. Exhale, reaching arms behind you, squeezing shoulder blades together. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reaching arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to the inside of that front foot, walking right toes to the right corner of your mat. The toes face out, heel faces in. Take a big breath in, reach right arms to the sky. Exhale, reach right arm behind you. Maybe you stay here or maybe you kick that back foot in, catch the outside edge of that back foot. Option for a strap, option to bring a blanket under that left knee. When you're ready, releasing that back foot, curling back toes underneath, lifting that back knee, right arm reaches to the sky. Exhale, right hand comes down. Inhale, three-legged dog, right foot reaches behind. Exhale, walk your way to the back of your mat. Big breath in here. Exhale, forward fold. Now we're gonna inhale and draw right knee all the way to standing, finding one-legged Tadasana. Take your time. Gaze is focused. And then we'll come back to your standing split. Exhale, hands come down. Right leg reaches to the sky. Walk your way forward to the top of your mat, coming to plank. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take a moment here. Always coming back to your breath in these moments of stillness. And taking a moment here to come back to your intention. Remind yourself why you're on your mat today. When you're ready, bringing toes to touch. Taking a big breath in, reaching left leg behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your knee, start to open out your hip. Inhale, make your way back through center. Exhale, step to the top of your mat, setting up for low lunge. Lowering that back knee down, keeping right toes curled under. Inhale, swing arms to the sky. Exhale, sink forward with your hips. Find that right hip flexor. Inhale. And as we exhale, sweep the arms forward and back, straightening out that front leg, flexing toes towards you. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky. Exhale to bring it back. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale to make your way forward. Exhale, hands to the inside of that front leg. Left toes come to face the left corner of your mat. Inhale, reach left arm to the sky. Exhale, fingertips reach behind you. Start to bend in that back leg and catch the outside edge of that back foot. A couple of breaths here. Maybe bringing your gaze over that left shoulder. Sinking your hips forward. And whenever you're ready, releasing that back foot. Curling back toes underneath, lifting that back knee, reaching left arms to the sky. Exhale, left hand comes down. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, walk your way to the back of your mat. Find your standing split. Big breath in here, find length through your spine. Exhale, forward fold. One more time, inhale. Exhale. On your next inhale, slowly draw left knee all the way through, coming up to a standing position. Reaching arms to the sky, knee draws towards your chest. Keep on flexing left toes towards you. And as you exhale, slowly make your way back into your standing split. Inhale. Exhale. When you're ready, walk your way forward. Finding plank or one-legged plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Come down to your knees, spine rest. Okay, this time finding a wide knees child's pose. Find some water. Notice those areas where you might be holding on to a little bit of extra tension, whether that be in your face, your jaw, shoulders, or hips. And use these still moments to find softness, find a little bit more ease. When you're ready, slowly start to walk your way back through center. Bringing knees in. Finding table, maybe find a sway with your hips from side to side, shake it out. And then when you're ready, making your way back to downward dog. Bringing toes to touch, setting up. Taking a big breath in, reaching right leg behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your knee and start to open out your hip. Inhale, make your way back through center, three-legged dog. Exhale, step to the top of your mat. We'll inhale to rise into crescent lunge this time. So the arms to the sky, finding a bend in that back leg. Pelvic tilt forward, drawing navel into your spine. Big breath in to reach. Exhale, lower that back knee to a hover. Inhale to reach. And sometimes you exhale, take arms forward and back, straightening up that front leg, squeezing shoulder blades together, extending fingertips behind you, and then lowering your hands to your blocks. So maybe you come to a higher level on your block. Big breath in. As we exhale, we're going to straighten out that front leg and fold over your leg. Inhale, come back to your lunge. Chest reaches forward, gazes forward. Exhale, bring it back. Coming to a variation of pyramid. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, bring it back. You don't have to straighten out that leg completely. Inhale to come forward. And last time, bringing it back and finding a hold here. Finding any support with your blocks that's right for you. We're reaching that left hip forward and right hip back. One last big breath in here. Exhale, bend into that front leg. Move your blocks aside. Right toes come to face the right corner of your mat. Lower left knee down, unravel back toes. Inhale, reach right arm to the sky. Exhale, sweep arm behind you, bend in that back leg, catch the outside edge of that back foot. We're only here for a breath. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, curling back toes underneath, lifting that back knee, reaching right arm to the sky. And then exhale, right hand comes down to your mat. Inhale, three-legged dog, reaching right leg behind you. Exhale, walk your way to the back of your mat, finding your standing split. Maybe you come to your fingertips here. Maybe you bring your left hand to your shin. Keeping your hips square, maybe you bring your right hand to your shin. Keep lifting that back heel. And when you're ready, we'll draw that right knee all the way through, making your way to standing, finding one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, left hand to your hip, and reaching for your big toe or taking a strap, coming from the outside of your leg. So maybe taking our peace fingers, wrapping them around our big toe. Maybe you're finding a strap and looping it against the Achilles. So take a big breath in here, find a little bit of length. And as you exhale, begin to straighten out that front leg as much as you can. Now notice that your right shoulder doesn't pop out. Try to drop back in line with your left shoulder. Find your drishti, that focal point. Gaze is steady. Take a big breath in here. And as you exhale, slowly start to open out that right leg. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you extend left arm out to your side. Palm comes to face up. Maybe gaze comes over that left shoulder. When you're ready, slowly draw your head back through center. Bring your left hand back to your hip. Inhale, draw your foot through center. Now keeping a hover with your foot. Exhale, bring both hands to your hips. So you're still extending toes towards you, extending out to that back heel or through that front heel. Take a big breath in here. Now keeping your hands at your hips, we're going to transition into warrior three. So bringing your leg all the way behind you. Notice what your hips are doing. Keep that pelvic tilt. So drawing navel into spine. And then once you find your full expression, you're really engaging that right glute. Inhale, reach arms in front of you. And then exhale, find your standing split. Inhale. Exhale, start to walk your way to the top of your mat. One-legged plank or just regular plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. We'll reach right leg to the sky, take a big breath in, three-legged dog. Exhale, step your foot to the top of your mat. Lower that back knee down. We're gonna keep left toes curled under. And now we're making our way into our split. So you can bring a blanket under that front heel. Just be careful when you're sliding forward. And then we're really trying to keep your hips square here. So noticing if that left hip starts to pop open, bring it back in line. You can always find a hover with that back knee to keep it safe. Okay? Grab for your blocks for a little bit more support. Take a big breath in here. And as you exhale, slowly start to slide that front heel forward. Take a pause, don't come to your full expression straight away. With each exhale, maybe you sink a millimeter further down. Keep pulling that left hip forward, right hip back. Couple more breaths here. When you're ready, pressing into your hands, start to guide your heel back in, coming back to a low lunge. Bring your blocks to the side. Make your way back into downward dog. Pedal it out. Come down to your knees. Finding child's pose. Find a little sway from side to side with your hips. Notice the difference between each side. We have one more challenging side, and then we're going to come into some nice restorative poses. Come back to that intention. And then when you're ready, slowly start to walk your way forward, coming back into tabletop. Find a sway with your hips from side to side. Shake it out. Making your way through center, curling toes underneath, and finding your downward dog. Bringing toes to touch. Take a big breath in, reaching left leg behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your knee and start to open out your hip. Inhale, make your way back through center. Exhale, step to the top of your mat. Setting up for crescent lunge, the same way you do your low lunge. Knee right over top of that front ankle, come to follow that back foot. Inhale to rise. Exhale, bend that back knee. Find that pelvic tilt forward. Big breath in to reach. Exhale, lower that knee to a hover. Inhale, lift that back knee, straighten out your leg, and then reach arms forward and back, finding runner's lunge. When you're ready, find your blocks. Bring them on either side of that front foot. It can be at the lowest or the highest edge of the level. Take a big breath in here. Exhale, shift your hips back, straighten out that front leg and fold. Inhale, come forward, heart reaches forward. Exhale, bring it back. Finding that variation of pyramid. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, bring it back. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Staying here for a few breaths. Setting up hands wherever you need them to be. So on the highest and the lowest edge of your block, maybe the mat. Keep shifting right hip forward, left hip back. One more breath here. When you're ready, coming forward, bending to that front leg. Bringing hands to the inside of that front leg. Right or left toes come to the left corner of your mat. Lowering that back knee down. Inhale, reach left arm to the sky. Exhale, sending arm behind you, bending that back leg in, catching the outside edge of that back foot. Take a big breath in here. Exhale it out. Inhale. Exhale, releasing the grip from your foot, curly back toes underneath. Inhale to lift, reaching left arm to the sky. Exhale, left hand comes to the mat. As you inhale, finding your three-legged dog. Exhale, walking your way to the back of your mat. Coming into that standing split. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Maybe you bring left hand to your shin. Again, keeping your hips square is super important. Maybe bringing right hand to your shin. Flexing those left toes towards you, extending out to that back heel, and then slowly start to draw left knee all the way to stand, finding one-legged Tadasana. Maybe grabbing for your strap here, coming into your Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, so bringing your hand to the outside edge of your leg. Peace fingers wrap around your big toe, or you're placing your strap around your heel or around the bottom of your foot. Right hand comes to your hip, take a big breath in. Exhale, extend your leg forward. Left shoulder draws back in line with right. Find your gaze, that focal point, keep it steady. And keeping length through the crown of your head, big breath in. And as you exhale, slowly start to open out that left leg. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you extend that right arm out. Palm comes to face up, gesture of receiving. Take a big breath in. Exhale, maybe you send gaze over that right shoulder. Slowly bring your gaze back through center. Bring right hand to your hip. Inhale, draw that foot back through center. Release your grip, both hands to your hips. Keep that left leg lifted, big breath in. And as you exhale, slowly shift your way back to warrior three. Bringing that left leg behind you, keeping your hips level. Drawing navel into your spine. Inhale, reach arms in front of you. Exhale, hands to your mat. One last time, inhale, extend that left leg as high as you can. And exhale, walk your way forward. One-legged plank or just regular plank, big breath in. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, reach left leg behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, set that foot to the top of your mat. Lower back knee down, keep right toes curled under. Maybe you find your blanket, place it under that front heel. You're finding blocks under either hand. Taking a big breath in, finding a little light through your spine. And as you exhale, slowly start to extend that left foot forward. Take it slow, inhale. Exhale, maybe you lower a little bit further. Maybe you lift that back knee if you're finding any discomfort. Keeping your hips square, right hip shifts forward, left hip shifts back. Softening shoulders away from your ears. No matter where you are, elbows are drawing in. One last big breath here. Exhale, find that edge, sink forward. And on your inhale, pressing into your blocks and making your way back. Coming back into your low lunge. Hands on either side of that front foot, coming back to us underneath. Lifting that back knee. Inhale your way back to downward dog. Exhale, let it go. When you're ready, make your way forward, finding plank. Coming down to your knees. As you exhale, come all the way to your belly. Now bringing your fingers, coming to your fingertips, and placing your hands at the edges of your mat. So left corner and right corner. Setting up for a gecko here. On your inhale, slowly start to lift your chest and rise. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. One more time, inhale. Exhale to lower. Now placing your hands down, make our way into seal. So inhale to lift. And coming here for a few breaths, finding stillness. Making sure that you're not crunching into that lumbar spine, so your lower back. Make sure you're finding that extension. If you need to lower, bend your elbows a little bit, that's all right. One last big breath in. And exhale, lower all the way down to your mat. Extending right arm overhead. And then slowly start to make your way onto your back. Taking a moment here, getting set up. Bringing the soles of your feet to your mat, about hip-width distance apart. Arms by your side. Take a big breath in and start to lift your hips to the sky. And exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. One more time, inhale to lift. Exhale to stay here, walking shoulder blades underneath one by one, interlacing fingers, drawing pinkies down towards the mat. Making sure that your knees aren't falling out, they're actually drawing in as if you're squeezing a block in between your thighs. Keeping even weight in your feet as much as you can. Lift a little bit higher. And as you exhale, slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, make your way back down, release your grip, bringing arms by your sides. Okay, now setting up for wheel. You can come back into your bridge. If you're coming into your wheel, you're bringing your hands by your ears. Fingers face towards your body. Elbows draw in. On your next breath in, slowly start to press into your hands. Lift your hips. And bring your weight forward. Lifting into your wheel. Keep on drawing knees towards one another. Big breath in. We'll exhale to lower all the way back down. Taking a breath here. Exhale, let it go. Coming back into your wheel 2 more times. Inhale, pressing into your hands and lifting. Exhale, stay here. Inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down. Always switch to your bridge if your back has had enough, your arms have had enough. One last time, inhale. Exhale to stay here. Big breath in. Exhale, slowly lower back down to your mat. Bring your arms by your sides. Bring feet mat width distance apart and bring your knees to touch. Maybe find some circles with your wrists. When you're ready, bring your feet back to hip width distance apart. We'll extend left leg forward to the top of your mat. And then draw your right knee into your chest. Take a big breath in here. Exhale, draw your knee in a little bit closer. An option to keep your knee bent here. Or if you'd like, you can extend your leg to the sky using your strap around the bottom of your foot or taking your peace fingers around that big toe. Taking a big breath in here. And as you exhale, open out. Bringing that right leg all the way over to the right. Maybe you bring your left hand to that left hip to keep it grounded. Keep extending left toes towards you. When you're ready, slowly start to make your way back through center. Yeah, maybe you keep your leg extended, maybe you bend your leg here, but grabbing for the outside edge of that left or that right foot with your left hand. Extending right arm by your side. And as you exhale, slowly start to bring your leg all the way over to the left. Not going too far, so you're not really going all the way over. That right hip can lift. Over your right shoulder. If you haven't already, then bending that left knee and coming to a full spinal twist here. So drawing your left knee or your right knee all the way over to the left. When you're ready, slowly start to draw your way back through center. And then exhale, draw your knees back in towards your chest. Big breath in, lift your forehead all the way to your knees. And then exhale to lower your head down. Extend right leg to the top of your mat. Big breath in here. Exhale, draw your knee in a little bit closer towards your chest. An option to stay here with your knee bent, you can just open out that left knee or extend your leg to the sky. Maybe using your strap or maybe taking your peace fingers, left peace fingers and wrapping them around your big toe. Take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, slowly start to open out that left foot. Maybe you bring your right hand to your right hip. When you're ready, slowly bringing your way back through center. Releasing your grip. Using your right hand to catch the outer edge of that extended foot. Bringing your left arm by your side, big breath in. And as you exhale, draw your foot all the way over to the right. Maybe bring gaze over that left shoulder. When you're ready, slowly make your way back through center. We're gonna bend in that knee, releasing your grip, and then draw your knee all the way back to right, guiding your spinal twist. When you're ready, slowly draw your way back through center. Bring both knees into your chest. Inhale, forehead all the way to your knees. Exhale to lower down. Now coming into a shoulder stand. Or you can always come into waterfall if that's better for your practice. So bring your arms by your sides. No matter where you are, if you're coming into your waterfall, then coming into a bridge position, lifting your hips, placing your block under your sacrum and extending legs to the sky. If you're coming into your shoulder stand, then we're starting off the same way in that bridge setup position, arms by your side. And this time we're going to actually bring our knees into your chest. Use the leverage of your hands pressing down in your mat and lift your legs to the sky. Bringing your hands all the way up your back, as far up your back as you can towards your shoulders. And then lifting your legs. Drawing your elbows in towards one another. Coming back to your breath. Notice where your mind starts to wander. You are holding these poses for quite some time. Option to stay right where you are. If you're in your shoulder stand and you'd like to come back to your plow, then feel free to. So you're going to slowly draw your feet behind you, really taking your time here. And only if your toes comfortably set on the ground behind you, and maybe you can release your back. Bring your hands to plant down, or maybe even interlace your fingers, pressing your pinkies down towards the mat. Make sure to keep your neck neutral here. If you're finding any discomfort at all, then coming back to that shoulder stand. When you're ready, slowly bending into your knees if you're in your plow pose. Bring your hands back towards the mat, and then slowly rolling out of it. If you're in your shoulder stand, then bringing your knees into your chest, placing your hands down and rolling forward. And if you're in your waterfall, then placing your feet back down towards the mat, lifting your hips and releasing your block, setting it to the side. Drawing your knees back into your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. Rock from side to side. And then coming into a happy baby. So drawing your knees wide, catching for the outer edges of your feet. And then drawing your knees in towards your chest. Now option to stay right where you are, or maybe option to alternate straightening out your legs one by one. And then maybe we come into a full split, straightening out your legs. If you need to change the placement of your hands, and feel free to, you can catch for your peace fingers around your toes, or maybe your hands on the inner edges of your foot. When you're ready, releasing your grip. Slowly drawing your knees back together. Bringing your feet down to your mat, drawing your arms out like a T shape. We'll wrap right leg around left, shift your hips over to the right. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, allow your legs to fall over towards the left. Keeping gaze over that right shoulder. You can keep your legs crossed if that feels good, or you can always just let your legs sort of relax into whatever shape that they naturally want to come into. When you're ready, slowly drawing your legs back through center. Bringing the soles of your feet back down into your mat. Wrapping the left leg over right. Shifting hips over towards the left. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, draw your legs all the way to the right. Gaze is over that left shoulder. Again, you can keep your legs crossed over one another, or you can just let your legs fall out of it. As you start to slow it down into these still postures, notice any resistance that comes up. Resistance just to be still. Oh. And then you're ready, slowly start to make your way back through center. Give yourself one last squeeze, hugging knees into your chest, lifting your head to your knees. And as you exhale, make your way into your Shavasana, into your final resting pose. Picking up as much mat or room on your mat as you'd like. Really trying to find wide feet, arms by your sides with your hands facing towards the sky. Get any fidgeting out of the way at first. Any adjustments to make you a little bit more comfortable. And then allow yourself to just relax into this posture. Remind yourself that this is exactly where you need to be right now. Spinal resting pose is so important for our nervous system, for our bodies to absorb the benefits of our practice. And to give your mind a break. Bring your attention back to your breath. Notice how it moves your body. Notice how it feels in the back of your throat, in your nostrils, in your belly. With each of your exhales, allow your body to relax just a little bit further. Notice those tricky areas that you tend to hold on to a little bit more tension than is necessary. Maybe that space between your eyes, your jaw. Notice if your mind starts to drift off, just to wander away from you. Let that be okay. Let it pass, acknowledge it, and then come back to that place of stillness within your mind. When you're ready, slowly start to invite some movement back into your body, wiggling fingers and toes, drawing circles with your wrists or with your ankles. Shake your head from side to side. Keeping your legs straight, but bringing your feet together. Take a big breath in and reach your arms overhead. Exhale, let it go. Draw your knees into your chest, give yourself a big squeeze. Rock from side to side. Reach your right arm overhead. Make your way over into your child's pose. And find a comfortable seat of your choice. Take a moment here, close down your eyes. Bring your hands to heart center. Bring a gentle smile to your face. Take one last big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Namaste, everyone.